What's up, guys? Welcome to my video. Today I'm going to be doing a Bernie Sanders versus Donald Trump electoral map fill. I guess I'm going to fill out this map. Um, I'm going to use Real Clear Politics averages, their numbers, but I'm going to do it with a twist. I'm going to give a boost to whatever candidate was overestimated or underestimated in 2016. For example, if Donald Trump was underestimated by 3 points in 2016 in the state, I'm going to give him an extra 3 points. If, let's say, Hillary Clinton was underestimated by 5 points, I'm going to give 5 points to Bernie Sanders in that particular state. And then we're just going to fill out the map and see what it looks like. So, first, we're going to start off by giving all the safe states to Bernie Sanders. So, Washington, Oregon, California, New York, Vermont, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, D.C., Illinois, Hawaii. Let's give Donald Trump safe states. So Idaho, Montana, Wyoming, North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, Kansas. I know the second district of Nebraska is a toss up, but there's no polls just for that district alone. So I'm just going to continue just making the whole state of Nebraska red. Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, Kentucky, West Virginia, Indiana, Missouri, Alaska, and Utah. I think that's and South Carolina. So I think that's all the safe states for both Bernie Sanders and Donald Trump. So I'm going to start off in the Southwest. All of these states, Nevada, Arizona, New Mexico, Colorado, and Texas, actually underestimated Hillary Clinton, surprisingly. Um, Surprisingly, because most polls, I think, overestimated Donald Trump. I mean, underestimated Donald Trump. So starting in Nevada, currently on Real Clear Politics average, Bernie Sanders is plus 2.7%. The polls overestimated Donald Trump by 1.6%. So we'll be giving Nevada as a tilt margin. Arizona currently has Donald Trump at plus 5. It overestimated him by 0.5% in 2016. So that's going to be a tilt margin for Donald Trump. Colorado currently is plus 10 for Bernie Sanders. It overestimated Clinton by plus 2, so we're going to give that as likely to Bernie Sanders. New Mexico plus 18 for Bernie Sanders, underestimated Clinton by plus 3.3%. So that's going to be safe. Texas currently is 3.4% for Donald Trump, underestimated Clinton by 2.7%. So that's going to be a tilt margin at 0.7%, which is really close. Moving on to the Southeast, currently Florida, Bernie is up 0.3%, underestimated Trump by 1%. So we're going to give that a tilt margin to Donald Trump. Georgia is also a tilt margin currently. Bernie is down 1%, and it overestimated Hillary Clinton by 0.3%. North Carolina, Bernie Sanders is up 0.7%, underestimated Trump by 2.7%, so that's going to give plus 2% to Donald Trump, which is a tilt margin. Virginia currently, Bernie Sanders is up 1.5%. Underestimated Clinton by 0.4%, so that's going to be a tilt margin to Bernie Sanders. Moving on to the Northeast, Maine is currently plus 8%. Wow, which is big numbers for Bernie Sanders. Currently underestimated Donald Trump by 1.6%. So that still gives Bernie Sanders a lean margin. I'm going to give Maine's second district to Donald Trump because there's no data, so I'll just hand that to him by a lean margin. New Hampshire currently, Bernie Sanders up 3.7%, underestimated Hillary Clinton by 0.3%, which is not much. That's actually pretty on par. So that's going to be a tilt margin to Bernie Sanders. Moving on to the Midwest, starting with Iowa. Currently, Donald Trump is up 6%. The polls underestimated him by 6.5% in 2016. So that's going to be a likely margin for Donald Trump. Wow. Minnesota is going to be plus 9% for Bernie Sanders right now. It underestimated Donald Trump by 4.7%. So that's going to give it to Bernie Sanders by a tilt margin. Wisconsin currently is plus 1% for Donald Trump. It underestimated him by 7.2%. So we're going to give Wisconsin to Trump by a lean margin. Michigan, 5.3% for Bernie Sanders, underestimated by 3.7%. So that's going to be a 1.6% Bernie Sanders win, tilt margin. And Pennsylvania is also similar. He's winning by 3% right now, underestimated Trump by 2.6%. So another tilt margin. Ohio is currently 2.5% for Bernie Sanders. It underestimated Trump by 4.6%. So that will give it to Donald Trump by a tilt margin. So, wow, that is a close electoral map. Actually, this is the closest electoral map you can get without actually tying. And I mean, the data makes sense. I mean, the Southwest trending blue makes sense. Colorado trending blue. New Mexico trending blue. Arizona trending blue. Texas trending blue. Even though Texas being really, really close on election year is pretty surprising. I guess Beto O'Rourke got really close in 2018, but that's still pretty surprising. I'm surprised Nevada's not a little bit more blue. The Southeast makes sense. Virginia, North Carolina, Georgia should all be close, but Georgia, North Carolina should be carried by Donald Trump. Florida, he's also showing a lot of strength, so it doesn't make it's not crazy or anything for him to pick up Florida again. Moving on to the Northeast. Northeast makes sense, except for New Hampshire. I'm surprised Bernie Sanders is not picking that state up by bigger margins. They're literally right next door to Vermont. That's pretty surprising, but we'll see if that changes as the election gets closer. Now, the main attraction, the Midwest. This is where the election is going to be won. I think the two states that are the most interesting is Minnesota and Wisconsin. Minnesota seems like a Bernie Sanders state, but he's barely winning right now if you adjust for the poll inaccuracies. And Wisconsin, on the other hand, elected Tammy Baldwin in 2018, which is a progressive senator, supports Medicare for all, but Donald Trump showing a lot of strength. Iowa is looking pretty much gone for Democrats. It's looking like it's becoming just a reliable red state until Donald Trump. That is surprising. Ohio tilting red. I guess the overall general takeaways is one. So far, the polls are showing a really tight election, like literally neck and neck, and also that Bernie Sanders is going to do a lot better in the Midwest than Hillary Clinton, especially in Michigan, Ohio, and Pennsylvania. Is that enough to win? According to this, not. Anywho, if you enjoyed my video, please subscribe. I'm gonna make more videos like this. If my mic sucks, don't worry. I'm gonna get a different mic. But yeah, hit the subscribe button if you like the content, and peace.